Welcome back to another episode of On Tap. Today, we got a little bit of a curveball episode. We got Jake Giller back with us here. We got Ominous the Monster here. We got his good buddy Tony. What is your guys' relationship? Like, why are you in Minnesota here?
Well, I have a show on Wednesday, January 24th. This will already be out by then, probably, or after that. Yeah, we just got a show, man. We just came out here and.
That's sweet. What's the dynamic of that like? Like, why? Obviously, you're from Minnesota. I know that already.
Yeah.
But how do you get booked in shows in other places? Do people reach out to you, or do you like put the feelers out? Like, hey, I'm willing to do shows wherever, whoever, let's work something out. How does that work?
That's like, well, you build relationships with people as you go. I've known him for a while. He's actually really good friends with my younger brother, so that's how I met him. And he's also an artist. We've done music together and everything else, and we just fuck with each other on a personal level. So I reached out to him for this specific show, see if he can help me connect the dots or whatever. And we've done, another show at 7th Street Entry 2 years ago.
Yeah. How do you like that venue?
I love it.
I love that venue.
Well, I'm from here, so that's like a really big deal for me. Because I remember being a kid, I was like, one day I'm going to headline that shit. And then we have the show 2 years ago, and I'm like, one step closer, And that's when I was still like searching for like, the kind of success I have right now. I'm still just like grinding it out, And I said, I'm going to come back and I will headline this. And 2 years later, I go viral on TikTok and everything else, and my numbers start going crazy, and people start hitting me up and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, this is the perfect time. And if you go on my Spotify and my Apple and stuff like that, it's going to show you that Minneapolis is like one or two of the most listeners.
In your demographic.
Yeah, my demographic.
Oh, okay.
So I got to go back home now.
Right.
And everybody knows I'm from Minnesota because all I wear is Minnesota gear, Minnesota hats, Minnesota shirts, which was his idea because I was tempted to buy like Texas things and other things that I just like or whatever. And he's like, nah, stick with what you've been doing because when you pop,
People respect that.
They're going to know where you're from.
Yeah, people respect that when you pay homage to the roots where you came up. So you live in Texas now. How long have you lived in Texas? Or when did you move away from Minnesota?
I moved there when I was 15, so I've been there like off and on ever since.
So you got like dual citizenship.
Yeah, basically.
Damn.
Park Texan and then
hell yeah.
Come back up here like, don't you know?
Hell yeah. You're chilling down there with Joe Rogan and Elon Musk and
they actually moved down there because of us.
Yeah, I could see that.
We don't want to put that out there, but making it hot.
Yeah. So what is your guys' relationship, Tony? What brought you along for the trip to Minnesota for the show?
So we went to the same high school. We didn't know each other. We knew of each other, but we didn't. Yeah. Well, I went to high school. He's a little troublemaker.
I've been here and there.
You went to high school. He went to school high. Is that what you're trying to say?
I like
Sometimes,
that.
Yeah. Like that, yeah. And we both made music, just different circles. And we had a mutual acquaintance that invited us both to the same studio session, and we did a couple of songs together, and then it grew from that to, hey, I just made this new song. Can you give me some critique? And then he'd make something, he'd show it to me, and then we started doing music together. And then after high school, I moved to New Jersey for a couple of years. Got with a circle of guys over there making music, and then I moved back to Texas. And I kind of cut ties with those guys, so I was kind of like a free agent, if you will. And then he had a show in Abilene, and which was
West Texas,
which was about 3 hours away from where I lived. And he was like, "Hey, you should come out to the show." And I was like, "It's a 3-hour drive." And I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna go." So I went out there. We did the show, and kind of got pretty close in that couple of days I was there. And then it kind of just grew from there. And now we've just been doing this ever since. It's been like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
We were
That's
going
some
crazy for
inspirational
the couple
ass
days
shit
he was
right
out there.
It is.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing music?
Since I was 11. I wrote my first verse when I was 11. My mom had, my baby brother, his dad is a producer in Minnesota. He's not like well known, and this was a long time ago, But he came over one day and he brought over a CD of instrumentals, and he said, "Here, this is for you." And I used to have a CD player in the basement, so I ran out to the basement immediately, just put it in, trying to be all cool, listening to it while he was doing whatever, And I started running through them, and I was like, this shit kind of slaps. I'm only 11 though, and you guys think we don't have the internet and stuff, so like, not everybody's making music at 11 at that point,
Right.
And it came so natural, bro. I remember knowing what like a bar was and like the counts and like when the hook should come and the changes. It was just smooth. and my lyrics weren't like the best, but they weren't the worst.
Yeah, dude, I can just picture it now. You know, it's like music is definitely not as accessible, especially back then before the internet, when they had everyone had all these web-based applications that you could just pull up and just put something down right now, and you could use AI to make your voice sound just like Drake or whatever. It's insane. And you know, obviously that wasn't a thing only up until recently. So kids now that are starting to do it, I feel like definitely have a huge advantage when it comes to the accessibility.
There's an advantage and disadvantage.
Big disadvantage.
Yeah, because anybody can do it now. Anybody can go to a Guitar Center and buy a mic and a setup, and it kind of floods the market.
That's a good point.
So somebody with real talent can get buried beneath.
Yeah, you're gonna look like everybody else out there, and you can't tell.
The saturation is crazy.
Yes,
I mean, and that's not a secret.
No, not at all. I mean, talent isn't as big as how you look or how you can just engage and get people to want to engage in your videos based on just how crazy you are on it, right?
Exactly.
Do you
Personality
think,
everything.
Do you think that a lot of the traction that you've got recently is all primarily due to social media and like the ability to reach a bigger crowd in a shorter period of time?
For sure. But like I had a good following before. It just wasn't like now it's like crazy, you know what I'm saying? So like, but people like were tatting my brand on them still, and like pulling up singing word for word my lyrics and everything else, and like you can vouch for me, it's been like that for a while already.
No,
that's crazy
because of the kind of music I made. And like, you know what's crazy is I do not. Well, I love TikTok now. It's my favorite. I'm like, get tatted on me, you know, it changed my life. But
you have a TikTok tattoo?
No, but I'm going to.
I was like, damn.
That boy's changed my life. But yeah. So
shout out the Chinese.
Yeah, shout out to China. You know, come on. But yeah, anyways, social media definitely helped.
Yeah.
Drastically.
Is there like a certain strategy? Do you have like a social media strategy that you implement? Like I'm gonna post on this days, this time, on this platform, this length, this structure to it. Anything like that?
Nah, I wish I did. I really, you know, for all my loved ones, I wish I knew how to make it shake. You know, we'd all be up, but it's just staying consistent, you know, and a little bit of luck. Like everybody gets luck eventually. Like I don't care how unlucky you are. Eventually you will get lucky. So like, let's say you got 3 hobbies. One's dogs, bodybuilding, and music. And now if you're posting all 3 of those every other day or whatever, when you do get lucky, you don't know if it's going to land on music. You might have got lucky and went viral on a bodybuilding video or a dog video. Well, now that's your whole audience. You know?
Well, and that's tough because then they go back and look at the catalog and they're like, I came here for bodybuilding. Why the hell do I see dogs?
Yeah,
what the
I don't
fuck?
want to see this. I
Yeah,
don't want to see this
unfollow.
music.
What the hell?
That's exactly how. There's a lot of people we know that are really popular for like being funny and this and that, and but they want to be musicians. You know, so stay consistent on one thing basically, and eventually when you get luck, it'll land on that one thing.
Yeah, there's a really fine line too, though. Like no matter what you want to do, if you can like figure out another way to get more exposure to that, or to your music, or to your passion, whatever it is, I think there's a fine line between, like you said, like going viral for something else where it can work, but it's like a delicate balance. You know, are you guys familiar with Gail Lewis? The Walmart.
Why does the name? The
Walmart employee.
She's
like Gail Lewis signing out. 844 Morris, Illinois.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, it's just like a TikTok video that just went viral.
It was just this lady that recorded herself. She's been working for Walmart forever, and she just recorded herself like, all right, on the speaker. Gail Lewis signing off for the last time, and she was super emotional about it, and it blew up, and people
like a cop or something, like a cop when they do their fucking
and now she's doing all these huge collabs with these big YouTube creators, and now she has like merch that she launched with this other creator who just does merch.
That's fire.
And she's crushing right now. I want to say her TikTok is at like 500, 600,000. Her
crazy.
YouTube channel is going up. Bro. I mean, like every platform she's on is going up.
Yeah, they fell in love with her personality.
Yeah. So I mean, like that's kind of an accidental virality. Obviously, that was never in her plan. I think it was more so like at first it started out as a meme, and now it's just become a reality. And the internet is kind of just, made it's done its thing.
She didn't choose the viral life. The viral life chose her.
On God. But I think a lot of people that I know that are viral, they're like that. The same thing. They never choose. But then once they get it, they're like, okay, well, this obviously works. It's my niche.
Yeah.
Keep
See,
doing it.
That's crazy because in my mind, I'm thinking like, I'm not posting anything if the goal isn't to get eyeballs on it. Like that is my goal. And maybe that's like a little bit of a sadistic way of looking at it, you know?
No, that's
but it's like I'm putting it out to get the exposure, you
Yeah,
know,
and
because
you
like
put a
I
lot of
want to
work.
make this part of my business. I want to
Yeah.
make this part of the podcast. I want to grow our
up.
viewer base, you know. So when you're like going into making videos and like posting TikToks and whatever, do you sit down and like formulate how you're going to do it? Okay, the captions are going to look this way or anything like that. I'm going to use this part of the song because it's a little bit catchy or anything like that.
No, I don't overthink it at all. I try not to think about it at all. I just try to stay consistent, like daily, because
Damn, it's working. It's
yeah,
working.
Appreciate that, but you'll go crazy. And I talk to him about this all the time. Like when he posts his videos, like he'll overanalyze it and like try to find these different ways to get
So
his shit to go viral.
shortly after he went viral, I already had a TikTok account, but I had a video on it, and I was like, all right, well, let me see this. And my thing is, when I get into something, I get into something.
Hard.
Like I over obsess about it. So I would tell him like,
Good,
hey,
2
so it
months.
says that if you post on Wednesday at 2 p.m. between 6 p.m., that's when you're this, and then and he was like, just post stuff.
Yeah,
I hate
just
that
get
one.
it out.
I
Just
hate
get it
that
out.
post at this certain time if you want to
Think
go
about how
viral
many
and
other
just-
people
Yeah.
are trying to do that.
That is so
Same time that are looking
it's
that
so
up.
full of shit. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. My first video go viral. I was like 9 o'clock at night.
Damn.
I just posted it, and like at 10 o'clock, 10:30, I'm laying in bed. I'm like, oh shit, this is moving.
Yeah.
Bro didn't go to sleep that night.
Yeah, I mean, I woke up, posted another one.
Dude, tell
You
me,
No,
tell me.
seriously,
At one point, I would imagine all four of us have had something on social media get some good traction.
Yeah.
Tell me that isn't like the best drug in the world when every time you refresh, there's too many notifications
it's
that like
euphoric,
fills up the
bro.
whole thing.
It's
that like
crazy.
dopamine hit
Yeah.
that gives you
Every
that's
refresh
a
is like a hit.
dangerous game.
It is. I think about that all the time. Like now, it makes more sense. Like once you've experienced it, it makes sense seeing like certain influencers or whatever do wild shit that they wouldn't normally do. It's like, oh, you're fiending. Like you haven't been
Yeah.
viral in a long time.
They're trying to get their fix.
Yeah, it's like drugs. It's crazy.
It
man.
is.
Some people
It
get
is.
addicted to that, just seeing the reactions on those
Yeah.
platforms.
Definitely. I
Yeah,
mean, you got
man.
people. I mean, obviously, the early social media virality was always, how can I do something crazier than the last guy? And I
Yeah.
feel like we've reached a point now where like the crazy is almost like too accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
cruising through Instagram Reels and like seeing someone break their collarbone is not even that crazy. Like I
No.
won't. Most of the time, I won't even probably like the photo
Just
or video.
desensitized.
Yeah.
You know, be like whatever. But
it, yeah.
I think genuine content is like just genuinely a good video is what's really starting to like push into the surface now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think with a lot of your guys' content, I think that shows like those videos that you started putting out of you just like at your desk.
Yeah,
You
bro.
just get on the
Fire.
microphone and you just fire something
Yes,
off.
yeah, yeah.
Super genuine. You know that it's not like super played out. You know, you didn't spend an hour like formulating how to do it.
No.
Whatever. You just posted it. And I think that shows through. Have you got any traction with some of those?
Yes and no. The only thing that is, I just got to keep doing consistency on it because there's
Yeah.
some that started to track, but yeah, and I just got to figure out how to get the attention right away. Like I feel like that's what
Right.
the biggest
The
thing is
hook.
too. Yeah.
It is because if you do like the first like 3 seconds, if they're gonna scroll past or that you have any excuse,
That's
they're just
literally
gonna
the
do
time.
it. Done.
Dude, it's crazy that if you think about it, this like TikTok shit or like viral shit, it all started with Vine.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out Vine.
Shout out Vine.
I
for
honestly,
sure,
I wish
bro.
I could see my Vine
there's
videos.
TikTok accounts that are like made after old
Yeah.
Vines. Like
Yeah,
that's how
bro.
It still
Yeah.
rings true.
I feel like
6 seconds. That's all you had.
6 seconds, and that was some of the funniest shit.
Some
So
of the
funny.
funniest shit.
That was. I mean, you had to get really creative, and I think that was part of what made it so cool. Was like,
Yeah.
you know, you're put with such a limitation of it having to be 6 seconds that you get really creative with how you're gonna form this
Yeah, bro.
story. You know, everything that we see online, it's a story. There's a rise, a climax, and a resolution. And I mean, no matter what it is, and that rise, if it's not, entertaining enough, they're just gonna keep swiping through.
I got a question for both of you. Each answer separately. Your favorite song and why
Jesus
that
Christ.
you've made.
Want to go first?
Oh, that we've made. Oh,
Yeah.
Individually, your favorite song
that
that you
Either you've made together or you've made solo, or it could be with someone else.
my favorite song that I've made. That's a tough one.
Like if you wanted whoever watches this to go
like, hey,
listen
this
to
is this is what's gonna.
yeah, like
I think things like that change with time. Overall catalog, it would have to be off of our recent group project that we put out a couple of months ago. It's
Not sunflowers?
Sunflowers. Actually, you know what? Yeah, sunflowers.
Not the one that slaps the hardest is your favorite.
Yeah, no, I would have to say no. Well, yeah, sunflowers.
Is it a club banger?
No, so it's so right after my mom passed, I put an album together, kind of dedicated to her in a way, and her favorite flower was sunflowers.
That's beautiful.
So it's not a song about. There is a song on that project that's about her, but that song's not necessarily about her. But it's kind of just the song grows throughout to the end of the song, and it's kind of that buildup of this is what happened, this is me accepting it, this is where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Me being victorious over the situation.
Well, you started by sunflowers still.
Made me think about you.
Do you care if I play the first like 10 seconds of it?
No, I mean, yeah, go for
Sunflowers, Tony Dent.
Yeah,
That shit up.
Produced by Stilo Jordan.
Produced by
our
Stilo
homie.
Shout out to Stilo.
it. That whole project.
You know Stilo.
Yeah.
He's the shit, ain't he?
Dude, he's such a good guy.
Good guy, great photographer, great engineer.
And we got somebody
phenomenal
else coming
rapper.
on here at halftime to swap out for me, and I want you to ask him that same question.
I
So
will.
Don't forget.
I got you.
Yeah.
Verified artist on Spotify. Damn.
I
Would
try.
love that.
I try.
Okay.
It's gonna be on
Which
Living Well's The Best Revenge is the project.
So if you pull up the
Look at that. Look at that.
the cover.
Look at the
So-
mullet.
look
and
at the lettuce.
Yeah, I
Screenshot
went
this.
through
I'll put it up on.
So his mom, he has a picture of his mom that's vintagey, and it's like damn near the same. It's the same angle and everything, and he always puts it on his fridge. And I remember he called me, and he was like, "Man, I need to figure like a badass album cover for this project."
yeah.
And his mom had just passed, so we were always talking about things like that. And I'm like, "Well, let's figure out a way to incorporate that."
So I kind of like just mirrored that picture of her.
Yeah.
Same filter, same angle,
Yeah.
sunflowers
fire.
in the back, and so that's what that cover
Yeah.
was.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
We
that's
should blow that
badass.
photo
I like it.
up, put them next to each other in
Yeah.
separate frames.
Separate, yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
This is Sunflowers by Tony Dent. Play the first like
Sunflowers still make me think about you. I spent hours, so many days with you. But I gotta move on now, if it's all I do.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, I gotta move on now, if it's all I do. Taking my name all the way to the top now, all about me, guarantee won't back down, throw the whole.
I like it.
And I'm actually performing that tomorrow night at the show. So
Oh, you
Oh,
are
yeah,
performing.
you
Okay,
are.
I was gonna ask
Yes,
you if you were
sir.
performing. Okay, Ominous. What's your favorite song?
I know.
Just
What
shot
yours-
you a follow on the Spotify.
my boy. I appreciate you.
There we go.
Be bumping it all week.
I know what yours is. It's got to be Eliza's son.
It's not, but
It's not.
I don't think it is.
Okay, why?
Maybe it is.
It might
I
be.
actually don't know what my favorite song is, but I know that Eliza's Son might be top.
That's the song that went viral. That's the song that got you to where
It's
you're
your number
at.
one song.
That's number
my
one
number one.
popularity right now on Spotify. 196,000 streams.
Yeah. When I went viral, that shit was at like 30 or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's been pretty cool. Been pretty badass. I think I only had like 1,500 monthly listeners on there. Now I got
22.2K is your monthly listeners right now on Spotify.
yeah, that's big enough to
crazy.
fill up Target Center and still have people outside.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's so
Goals.
cool to think about that.
Yeah, bro.
If everyone was all in one place, you know, and it's funny because we go back to like the idea of like having a viral video.
Yeah.
If you had 100 views on a video, like all of us, I would think safe to say,
Yeah.
consider that video a flop.
Yeah.
Like that didn't get any views.
Yeah.
But if we had 100 people in the room watching us at the same time, we'd be like, holy shit, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Perspectives, man.
Yeah,
that's
it's
why I
all
look at it, yeah.
perspective. And then you see 22,000, like you said, if there was
Yeah.
22,000 people,
And that's different from
In here?
streams because you can have 22,000 streams and some of those could be the same people, but 22,000 monthly listeners is 22,000 individual people.
oh, I didn't know that.
So that's
Interesting. Okay, so
Yeah.
even if they're playing your songs on repeat, that doesn't
Well-
account for that.
Right. So perspective, there's 22,000 monthly listeners, but this month I had 146,000 streams, which
Okay.
means out of 22,000
Damn,
listeners, they listened to 146,000 songs.
that's crazy.
That's nuts.
So I don't even know how you would divide that, but everybody can listen to it a couple times and then bang.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose you would never know. Like, there could be just one person in there that's just bumping it
There is.
24/7.
Oh, there's 100%. There
Yeah.
100% is. So my favorite
too,
song
me
though is
too.
probably Eliza's Son because it's about I say, Mama, if I told you everything that I've done, would you still call me your son if I told you about that, yada yada. So I'm over here.
I've seen the video pop up on my Instagram Reels and my TikTok before.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fire.
That's lit. So yeah, that's probably my most, because I wrote that when I was getting sober, completely sober, like no alcohol or anything. And I remember thinking like, oh my God, shit's gonna suck. I'm not gonna be fun no more. I'm not gonna make good music no more. I'm not gonna do anything like, you know.
And it got better.
Right. I talked to you about it. He even said, he's like, shit, you might get better. The alcohol doesn't make you a good artist.
Right.
Doesn't make you a fun person.
A lot of artists get stuck in their head like, I can't create without this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't be this person on stage without this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have a fear of removing that thing from their life, that it's going to impact their life. And I think that was a fear of his, and clearly,
Definitely.
It
paid
the
off.
exact opposite.
I think all addicts are like that, though. I mean,
Use it as an excuse.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You have, you know, tomorrow.
I'm not fun at the party if I don't take a couple of shots.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I gotta stay awake. You know, I gotta fucking whatever.
I get nervous unless I'm drinking or whatever the case. Yeah, I can't go out on stage unless I'm a couple shots in. You know, like hey,
And then a
you
couple
just
shots
gotta
turn
overcome
into
that.
10 shots.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you're blackout on stage.
Going on stage,
Acting
right.
a
Having to
fool.
be
getting your
Yeah.
lyrics.
They're looking at us like,
What is that like? Hey, when you go out on
sucks.
stage and you know, like, oh, I'm too fucked up.
It's nerve wracking. You guys know.
I've never.
Especially- oh,
that's
so
one
you've
thing I
never
take
gone through
very-
that?
Even
Have
when I
you?
was drinking heavier on stage, I don't.
My first ever show I did, I got way too hammered with my friends. We were just super hyped. Forgot the
Yeah.
lyrics to every song.
No.
I was out there freestyling every song.
No.
when was your first song? Like, when was your first time performing?
My first time performing was 2016.
2016. How old are
Yeah.
you?
I would have been 19 at that time.
19. Okay. Fire. You?
First song.
No, first time performing.
First
My
time
bad.
performing was 2007.
Damn.
Yeah. Right. How
I
old are you,
was
though?
I was
I was
11
a
at that
freshman in
time.
high school, so what's that, like 14, 15?
14, 15, probably.
Damn.
That's fire.
That's actually crazy. Yeah,
It
I've
was-
never.
Feels like it
performed.
was forever ago. doesn't
Very,
it?
very uncomfortable experience. We were at
Dude.
it was actually at a bingo hall in the town that we lived in.
Love that.
Damn.
And
That's
the
fire.
entire time I was just holding the mic and just looking at my feet. And we had a song that had to do with money. And
Granny was in there going crazy.
terrible song,
Someone
right?
hit
So
the cover roll.
I kept
Someone
doing this. Like I was holding the mic and I kept doing this. And then I'm looking at my feet the whole time. And the one time I do look up, some guy in the crowd's like, like it just ruined.
It's like, what's this
Damn.
bit? What's
I was
this?
like,
What's he doing?
I cannot wait
Who's
to get
this
off
guy?
this stage. And then
Who's
we had
this
a
guy?
we had a house party when I first started making music. Well, I went to a house party and they were playing music there, and I kind of went over to the aux and I plugged my phone in because I just recorded the song for the first time, and I just put it on and kind of went to the back. And somebody's like, "Yo, turn this shit off. What the fuck is this shit sucks?" And I'm in the back like, "Yeah, this is not a good. Someone needs to turn this off." It was not a great experience.
That'll humble you real quick.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Did you stay at the party?
Bro, I was like,
Huh?
yeah,
No,
shit
I took my
sucks.
shit and I went home. I was like, "Yeah, this song is bad."
Stole
I
a
don't know.
bottle on the way out. These guys.
Broke their front window.
Smash the mailbox. Run the mailbox over.
Yeah.
Broke
Pop
the
Fuck
tire.
them guys.
Called the cops. Hey, you guys are assholes. An
There's
underage
no real
party over
music
here.
anyways.
Yeah, that could go either way.
What
Yeah.
about you though?
I was 14. Yeah, I was the same person I was telling you. My baby brother's dad. He had a show he was hosting at I think it was here. I just don't remember where it was. It was a long time ago, but I was 14, and it was an actual bar. And I remember going up there and going crazy. I rehearsed for like weeks, and we killed it. We snapped. Everybody was tripping, losing their mind. Like, who are these fucking kids that are in this bar?
That I've never heard of.
Yeah, and I'm a 14-year-old, so like there's these like these badass bitches up here to the left, like grown. They're grown clearly, but in my mind I'm 14, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Felt like the
they
man.
like me or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, come here, come talk to me. So when I got off the stage, I couldn't hear them because I was wild nervous because they're wild grown. And I'm like, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold it down, homie. So I'm acting like I can't hear him and shit like this. And they're like, come here. And
Oh, sorry, I gotta go.
yeah, I can't hear you. They walk by, just tell me like, you're fucking awesome, yada yada yada, and that, it was all history after that.
That's cool. That's a big
What were
confidence
you?
boost.
What were you wearing
Yeah.
on stage that day?
I was wearing a blue and white pinstripe. You're thinking about something different.
Oh, I am. That was a talent show.
That was a talent show.
Okay. All right.
I was wearing a Kevin Garnett jersey for a talent show I had.
Just so
somewhere in
y'all know,
St.
the Wolves
Paul.
are number one right now on my boat. My boys been
Yeah,
riding with
around
them
that same
from the
time.
jump.
Yeah.
Did you always go by Ominous the Monster?
Nah, I used to go by Cartoon.
Cartoon?
Cringe. It's cringy, yeah.
Just cartoon?
Kartune.
Oh, that's
Cartoon.
deep. Wow.
Yeah. what you think about it, Karloff cartoon, it kind of all
It has a ring to it.
subconsciously.
And they do bang in the car, so they're cartoons.
Wow.
We love that, don't we?
Wow.
We might
Full
be onto
circle.
something.
When did you
We
change?
might not.
When did you change
Like
to
ninth
ominous?
grade. Ninth grade. I was like, this shit is weak. You know,
Did it just-
this ain't hitting right. It just wasn't fitting me.
So just the two names?
How did you come up with the name?
Ominous the Monster. I think I was going to Roseville High School. You know where Roseville is?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to and that's a weird question to ask like in Minnesota, but I have actually asked other people in Minnesota, like, I don't know.
That's
I
actually
said-
crazy.
Yeah,
I can't imagine a
It's
world
in
where
the
someone in
cities.
Minnesota doesn't know where
I said, you know,
Roseville
I said, you know, Como Park, Como Park High School, and they're like, nah.
Nah.
Oh, dude, they must have been.
It was at
Sticks.
fucking
They're not a real
Waterways
Minnesota.
yesterday. I don't know who it was. It was one of them other dudes. I think they were recording us. or
Must
something.
have been
Yeah, it
from
was-
like southern Minnesota.
I
or
just felt like
something.
maybe I was wrong about the name. Like, all right.
Damn, did I
Must
say
have
it
been
wrong?
Jed. He's from Iowa.
Oh yeah, could have been.
Yeah. So, anyways.
So Roseville
Yeah, yeah.
comes around and someone's just like, "Yo,
Oh
you
yeah,
need
yeah.
to change that cartoon shit."
We went
to
through
Ominous the Monster.
Yeah, we were looking through the dictionary. It said ominous. You read the description, and I used to always wear a hoodie. I was a very angry kid. I was a very, very angry kid. I just
Just
fought.
my little boy.
I just fought. I was defiant. I didn't give it. I was like a very angry person. I always had a hood up. I was not friendly. I wasn't flirting with chicks. I wasn't trying to make friends. I was
Yeah.
just angry all the time. And dude was like, "This is you." When he found out the description, he's like, "This is
Of
definitely you."
ominous?
Yeah, ominous. And I was
Yeah.
like, "This is fire." So I changed it to ominous, and I stayed with that for a little while. Then I used to freestyle a lot. So people used to be like, "Oh, he's a monster. He's a monster." That was like the main thing they would say, like, "Dude's a monster on the mic." Da, 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 da. And I was like, that shit hits. Ominous the Monster. And I just kind of ran with it. And that developed into me being the modern day Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Modern day
Hey.
Prometheus.
Yeah.
What the world has made me, that's why I'm a monster. I'm the monster the world has made me. I just want peace and love, but people look at me as if I'm like, you know. It's
Yeah,
a big thing.
You do have face tattoos also.
I do.
You,
Gold
do you,
teeth, face
do you
tats,
think
big dog,
yeah,
yeah.
like you got jewelry in your teeth, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
jewelry on your neck,
Yeah, yeah.
face tattoos. Do you think that like the approachability is like someone on the street just sees you, they're like,
Oh, I was
This is
nervous.
a nice guy.
When I first met him, I was like, "Damn,
No.
you're bigger than I thought."
He's he might kill me.
Yo, I talked to him every
Let me
day,
mess-
and he
don't
was
let
like,
me
what
fuck
the
around.
fuck? Yeah, he was like, can I give you a hug?
I know. I got out the car. I looked. I'm like,
Because
"Fuck,
we actually,
bro."
we
And you're
actually,
tattooed
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
we actually met Jake on Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how it was.
During
Yeah.
COVID. During COVID.
During COVID,
Damn.
we
We
used
were
to
dropping
always-
in Warzone.
We used to always get
every
on the
day.
game with his brother, and his brother's like, "Hey, is it cool if my homie gets on with us?" I'm like, "Yeah, not for sure. We can run quads." And then just from that turned into this.
Yeah, dude, some
Yeah.
of the closest bonds are formed on Call of Duty Warzone. It's
Oh,
the
dude,
weirdest thing.
We put our
Yeah.
tears, sweat, heart into them lobbies.
No, there's been a lot of arguments. a
Thank
lot
you
of
for your service.
compliments.
Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
your
You're welcome.
service.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fuck yeah.
So, Ominous the Monster.
Yep.
Would you ever consider changing it to something that's shorter? You're running with this forever.
Yeah. Forever.
I like it.
Because now my fan base has like adopted like this mentality, like we're all monsters. We're all like these lost souls, or these people that are perceived in the wrong way. When really we're not like that. But that's just how the world made us. Or a lot of people that are broken or damaged or feel like they have nobody. So then what are they? They're outcasts, right? They're
It
kinda
sort of
like,
defines the community also.
exactly. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I have to run with it at this point.
I get that. I get that. How many shows do you do usually? Like, do you try to do them pretty frequent?
Nah, I try to do like a city a year, or like a city a year. Like, so I'll maybe do like one a month or two a month, but I won't do the same city twice usually.
Okay.
So, like I live in San Antonio, but like so does he. But we won't do a show more than twice.
Because
a
if you
year.
do it so frequently, they're gonna be like, "No, I can just catch them next week. There's no reason for me to do it."
Yeah.
That's for anybody.
Do you think it will increase in terms of how many shows you're doing in cities, in terms of performance in a year now with the virality growing? If I pronounce
Yeah.
that word right.
Yeah, it's been going up. Like inquiries and everything have been going up. I think it'll grow as I grow.
Do you have like a management or do you an agent?
Nah, we
You're
just
doing
out
everything
here.
yourself.
Yeah, everything myself. As far as social medias go.
Like if someone says, "Hey, I want you to come to a show for me." Let's say they live in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I'm having a bunch of people over. It's my buddy's birthday.
Yeah.
We're all huge fans of yours. I wanted you to
come sing him happy birthday.
What's that check look like?
Yeah. I'll just tell them like, cool. Well, here's my price. Well, if they want to do a feature, I'll tell them my price, and if that works for them, they can do a down payment, pay it off, whatever. But if it's something like you're saying, like book me for something like that, I have an email that's actually ran by Megan as well. That
Damn, so she kind of is a little bit of the management
is kind of
side.
right. Yeah. She handles that. Or I'll handle either or, but we'll just carry the conversation over there and come to like a happy medium or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you, now that you're like starting to make money off of it, whether it be from booking or from social media or from features or whatever the case, do you have like you start like an LLC or like a business that you run and everything through?
I need to, but nah.
Okay, I was just wondering. I didn't want to set you up to admit that you were doing tax evasion or anything.
Yeah.
But I was just curious.
And a car running? No.
Was that tough to navigate? Because like, there's not a lot of people out there that are willing to walk you through how that works.
As far as what? Like,
well, especially in the music industry, like a lot of people just don't tell you, like, hey, if you're making money, you got to set up a business.
Oh yeah.
And it has to be ran this way.
Yeah.
It's kind of like trial and error. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's basically, yeah.
We do have the benefit now of like having YouTube. We can literally just Google like how to start a business and just follow it step by step. Go to LegalZoom.com. They'll run the whole thing for you, whatever. So, when it comes to being an artist that is getting features, getting books for shows, 22.2K monthly listeners on Spotify, what kind of, and I've heard that it's not a lot, but what kind of money do you make on streaming platforms like Spotify?
Well,
Spotify said it, what, 1/10 of a cent per stream?
Yeah. Last month's check I made $1,500.
And that was with roughly 150,000 streams?
Including my Apple, my YouTube.
Damn. Okay.
We gotta think Eliza's son's doing at minimum of 1,000 a day.
Yeah.
So collectively, they all go to one distribution center. From Apple to Spotify to Amazon, they all go to the same distribution
Are
center.
you use like a distribution platform like DistroKid or?
I use DistroKid.
Okay, yeah.
I got no
and
issues
they
with
handle everything, like all the monetization from these platforms gets sent to them, and then they send it to you.
Yeah, I think he used it too. He does as well.
Yeah.
That's really nice. That's super handy because we don't have like a distribution platform for any of our social medias. So like YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook are all separate. Then they're all separate monetization too. So I mean, it's all automatic now. There's no checks in the mail anymore. But it's
one paperless.
Different payments coming in, and
What do you guys
they're all
use?
different days.
You guys just do it individually? Like, I guess you don't have a DistroKid
Yeah,
for something like this.
I don't have a distribution platform. I post everything individually on each platform and treat it like it's its own thing. Like, try not to have like one specific platform, and I try to make videos in a way that I can post it across everything. So like,
that's smart.
For example, you can only post like 1:30 for Reels on Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels, but you can only do 1 minute on YouTube Shorts, but you can do up to 3 minutes on TikTok.
Yeah.
And so I'll do like and also on TikTok, you can only monetize if it's over 1 minute. So what I'll try to do is like, I'll try to get it to that like 1:20, but at that minute mark, I'll try to make it so like the video almost can end right there too. So that when I post that video on YouTube, it's the same video that's posted on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So it's a little bit less work for me, but a little bit more work to think about it from that standpoint, you know? But again, as long as you're over that 60-second mark on TikTok, you can monetize it. Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, we haven't had very many videos get any traction that are over 60 seconds anyways on TikTok.
It's hard.
But it's worth a shot.
That's why I'm do it.
It just takes that one video to hit.
It
does.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just going to go back and view
short attention spans.
100%.
ADHD?
Well, it's tough. So the storyline has to be really good to like keep people's attention.
Yeah.
Really
Well, like,
climatic.
For music, like you have to, like you get paid more depending on how much of the song they listen to. So I don't know if it's the same thing for
YouTube is the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
They see it all the way through, you're gonna get the most, right? But if you're only watching 10 second, it's like it's an account as a view.
Which
or
is
whatever,
wild for the streaming platform because, the reason why YouTube does it that way is like they can serve more ads to people that are watching, and then they make more money. So that's how you can make more money because that dollar amount gets passed down.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as Spotify is concerned, what's the difference if I listen to it for 1 minute or 3 minutes?
Yeah, I wonder how that's tracked.
Yeah, exactly. And
it's just
and that's the thing. They don't release those numbers, right?
No.
They don't release how they're collecting this data. And same
Yeah.
with like video streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu. They don't release their analytics. So it's a little bit ominous, if you will.
Hey,
Conspiracy.
that is a good point,
But
though.
not in the good way.
That's a good point, though.
So, it's a little bit of a game. So, I think a lot of it's just speculation. And at the end of the day, no one really knows unless you're in on the secrets. So, whatever works for you, just keep doing that is what I think is the best method. So I think you're on the right track, obviously.
I appreciate that. I think once you get successful enough, you don't really care about the small details anymore.
100%.
Like, you're chilling at that point.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, just to be able to say that you're making any money off of your passion, that's a really prideful thing to be able to do, especially a creative industry like this that's completely saturated. Like that's a really unique thing,
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, at the moment, it's not millions, but there's nothing saying that it couldn't be or won't be.
It will be.
And I think that's really cool. So I want to give you your flowers on that because it's really cool to see someone flourishing in an area like that. Because I really respect that.
I appreciate
respect
that, man.
the hustle.
For real. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
That's
man.
the first time I ever talked about how much I make. I like to.
Hey, people like a little peek behind the curtain.
Don't like to kiss and tell.
People like a little peek behind the curtain. Times are changing. It's there's something to be said about someone who's willing to let the guard down and just be straight up like, hey, this is what I'm making.
Honestly, and it's kind of motivating, I guess, for others. Well, shit, right there. Let's get it. Boom.
Yeah.
When I went viral, these two dudes went crazy, like daily. Boom, 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 boom.
It's at this many views. It's at this many views.
No, they were like. Dropping.
Oh,
you know
themselves. Yeah.
They were going. They were pushing it.
I was
They
motivated. I was like, what the
you
fuck?
see
It happened to one of my guys.
You see somebody in your circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeding like that. There's one of two responses. There's, I don't like that, which means you shouldn't be in that circle in the first place.
Yeah.
And then there's, okay, well, I'm gonna get it too.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Or there's a third one. He's got me. I'm just chill.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
these guys aren't like that. They're
you don't
go-getters.
Wanna,
They're like,
you don't want to be that to that point in your career where you've gotten successful and that you've gotten successful riding someone else's coattails. They can open the door for you, but then it's up to you as an individual artist to be like, okay, thank you for opening the door. Now I'm gonna make this work.
Yeah, I can give you $1 million, or I can teach you how to make $1 million.
Right.
Type shit.
That's a great point.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it.
I was gonna say that.
Pay your bills.
Hey, we about to throw these analogies back and forth.
Yeah, make it pay
Bro,
your bills.
you're dropping gems, bro.
No,
Well, boys, what do you think we refill our drinks and
I
take
think
a little
so.
bathroom break?
I'm down for that.
Dope.
Cool.
It's time for a bathroom break. The boys will be right back.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, bring us in.
It's your boy Tony Dent. Welcome back to On Tap with the boys.
Damn, Tony, you got really tan over break.
Tony got some sun.
It is bright.
I know I'm roots though. What's up, y'all?
So what brings you to Minnesota?
Man, I came down here with the guys, man. Got a show Wednesday, tomorrow. So, I came down like 2 years ago. They showed so much love. It was a good time. So it's like another family down here. So we always got to pop out every time.
Yeah. What do you think of the weather? It's actually super warm right now, but last
y'all
week
keep saying it. I'm like, bro, I don't know what y'all talking about.
we're walking around in like shorts and t-shirts now.
We had
shaking.
a guy come to the studio with flip-flops, no socks. I was looking at him like, crazy.
Nah, that's
really
true,
did.
bro.
Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Ben.
Shout out to Ben.
Flip flops, no socks. I think it'd be crazier if you showed up flip flops and socks.
Do you
Nah,
have
that's
something
how we do
against
it.
the socks and sandals?
I'm a texture guy.
Okay.
I maybe got a little bit of the tism in me
That's okay.
yeah.
because
Nothing
like
wrong.
the
I think we
second
all
that maybe it's only for thong flip flops, I guess. But the second that that fabric gets in between that thing in between my toes,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't do
doesn't
that.
kind of like gives me a little bit of heebie-jeebies. Slides, I think that's fine with socks. That's almost more comfortable.
It
but
is like samurai type with the socks.
Yeah, I can't do the thong shoes.
a
period.
samurai.
No. I never will. You'll never catch me in thong sandals.
Hey,
If you ever do, clown me the whole day.
All right.
Okay.
Got you.
Here's the deal. I'm not opposed to the thong sandals, just not with thong sandals with socks.
Maybe it depends on where you're at. Like you're in Cancun, Mexico. Maybe that fits.
Oh.
How about the socks though? You gotta have the toes
Not with the
out.
socks, no. You gotta have the toes out.
You
They're
gotta
getting
let the
tamed
dogs
too.
breathe.
Yeah, bro.
Especially in the sand. If you're anywhere with a beach, no socks. It doesn't matter what kind of sandals you're wearing.
Now I don't know if this a black thing, right? But
It's a
usually
culture difference.
when we see like when you from the hood, you see an old head walking around with like the thong sandals.
Yeah.
You be like, he got money. He be broke as hell.
No, that is-
Really?
He got money. Yeah.
Or he comes
That's
from
how
money.
they
He
say?
come from
If he
money.
all dressed up and he just got thong sandals, we like,
Yeah.
he got money.
Damn.
I
That
don't
is
know
true.
why. It's
He's the first one getting robbed.
Or yeah,
Because he's got
yeah,
thong
yeah.
sandals on. I've
Yeah,
never
you
even
know.
considered that.
yeah,
Seem to have
that's why we
misplaced
do
my
that.
ends.
Or he at least straight
Yeah, he
on
good.
his finances. Like, may not be rich, but
Yeah,
he
he good.
Damn.
He's good, though.
That's crazy
He's paid
because
bills.
where I grew up
Pay my
here,
bills
you know,
type
we see a guy walking around with thong sandals and he's dressed really well up above the thong sandals. We usually think like he's probably got a divorce or he's drunk.
yeah,
He's in a methed up situation. man.
Yeah.
Think
messed
about
up.
that.
Crazy. Yeah.
You never know. It could be both.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could be.
Who knows? So what do you think of Minnesota so far? How many times have you been here before?
It's my second time.
And
I really like it.
yeah,
Yeah, everybody out here cool. Every time we come, it's like we always busy though. We always working. Like, but it's always fun and good vibe. Everybody here always shows good vibe.
it makes it more fun when you can make it like a working
Yeah.
trip too, because there's like the goal to it. There's a structure
Yeah.
to it.
Man, we stay on the move. Last time, even this time, we'll get up in the morning like 9 or 8, leave and be out until
yeah. We don't
late.
go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nighttime, yeah.
late.
Well, and you got to come here when you came here last time. You came in our summertime. I think Minnesota has one of the
Yeah.
best summers.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Might be
It was
biased,
nice.
but
It
it's
was-
not
They're not biased.
not too
Nah.
hot.
Felt good.
It's a comfortable
I've
temperature, right?
experienced both.
And now you got to come here during our winter too.
Yeah, it's wild because we
Yeah.
live in a really unique place here that's like 140-degree swings of temperature. In the
it's
summer,
fucked
it can
up.
get like to 100, 103. Like, doesn't really get much hotter than that.
Yeah.
But then in the winter, we can get all the way
Feels
down to like
like.
negative 40.
Feels like
So,
negative
like-
40.
Yeah, yeah.
The swing
crazy.
is crazy. A lot of places just stay kind of
Yeah.
similar, you know?
They
40-degree
used to-
fluctuation.
They would close schools for us years ago when we were in high school because it was too cold outside.
See, they used to do that when
Yeah.
I stayed in Kentucky. Like every
What
time.
was the temperature for that?
Kentucky weird. It'll be hot one day and then snow the next. Literally the next day.
Mm.
And they used to
Oh.
always. That's the most I'd have missed school in Kentucky. I'm talking about we used to.
He
miss
would watch the news like, "Oh, we got
Oh,
snow
yeah, we
coming,
do.
boys. We're on the
We
game
do.
tonight. We're on the game."
But I do love Minnesota downtown though. It's just like
It's beautiful.
a whole different scene. You know,
It's
just,
wild.
It feels
Yeah.
different.
Talk
Yeah.
about a fluctuation because Minneapolis downtown from day to night is quite the transformation of
It
people
is.
walking
Yes.
around too.
Yes.
You've
You know,
experienced both.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a whole different
Someone
world.
someone's business attire. It's
Yeah.
1 p.m. They're walking to their office. At
Yep.
nighttime, you see some shit.
Yeah.
Fireworks getting launched out of Dodge Chargers.
I think that's all big cities though.
Yeah, that's
it's
a good
big
point.
city thing.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But ever since 2020 in particular, Minneapolis
Yeah.
has really, in that regard, changed
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps everyone on their toes. Keeps everyone on their toes.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Provides some content for TikTok.
Yeah. Are we talking about George Floyd right now with 2020? Was that in 2020?
I was thinking of
Yep.
more just. Oh yeah, that was
Oh, that was
2020.
down,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I was thinking. Yeah. So basically, in my head, the timeline from 2020 to now is
Yeah.
a completely different place than pre 2020.
Yeah, since
Down
George
100%.
Floyd.
There's
Yeah, dude.
It
pictures.
was like fucking.
I saw a fucking clip today of before those like 2020 and now after.
Yeah.
What
Well,
areas look like.
So I'm in Texas, right?
Yep.
And racism is alive in the South.
Yeah, it
no,
is.
it is. But I'm from here, so I grew up the first portion of my life
you do. I know you're a sober guy.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people will typically, take a shot to take the nerves off, smoke a joint to take the nerves off, whatever. What does a sober guy do to get ready for a stage performance?
Nothing. We don't do. I don't know. I still get butterflies though to this
Every
day.
time.
Every time, yeah.
Yeah.
And I performed a shit ton. I still get butterflies, but I don't know. I just go out there. I don't know. I just have this confidence. Like I know this is my purpose in life. Whatever you believe in, like whether it's God, the universe, whatever. Like I know that this is my purpose. And so when I go out there, I just know. I know if I mess up every single song, the whole crowd is gonna still go crazy for me and with me because I just have them. I know I can do that. We can just do whatever. We can literally dance around the whole time, and they're gonna be like,
yeah, right.
And I guess once you get to a certain point where you perform so much and you mess up so much, and anything that you like, your worst fear as an artist, Jake can tell you, and probably Rooch is like, oh, what if I mess up my songs? I'm sitting there looking like, you just talked about that earlier. You had to freestyle every fucking song, but once you get to a point where it's like that don't even phase the outcome, it kind of makes you sloppy too, I guess, because you're like too full of yourself. But at the same time, you don't need a ritual or anything.
Do you like work out to have a better stage presence? Like, do you try to maintain a good like physical fitness to be able to jump around and act wild?
No, I work out to help with sobriety.
Part-time bodybuilder.
Part-time bodybuilder, yeah.
Dude, you'd really like it.
Really?
It's a really good book. So basically it just talks about like how, all your habits determine who you are and, just kind of like what you said, replacing bad habits with good habits, replacing the way that you say things. You say like, I'm going to be famous. You say like, I am famous. Or, that's just an
Affirmations are crazy, man.
Yeah, right.
Manifestation, all of that.
Right. Yeah. Do you believe in manifestation? Like
I do.
Seeing
I think
is
you
believing?
Manifested to be where you are right now.
Yeah, I think I believe in it without being like a firm believer in manifestation. I don't know. I'm just the kind of person where I don't really overthink anything too much, I guess. I just kind of just like whatever we're gonna do it.
I'm so jealous of that.
Same, bro.
I feel like I'm the exact opposite when it comes to that. Like when I think about something, I'm gonna think about it 100-fold, and then I just won't stop thinking about it until I'm not sleeping.
That's how Tony is too. Tony was like, he gets the same way about a lot of things, but he also has a big like fuck it mentality. I guess I'm just like that with mostly everything, I guess.
Tony's also got great hair, so what happened to me? I'm fucked. He at least gets that.
Come on now, I'm bald too, my boy. We out here.
Can you show us?
He's wearing a wig.
All right,
that's
Rooch.
a really good wig.
I was gonna pull it off at the end of the interview.
I got a question for you that I asked and Tony. What is your favorite song you've done and why?
Are you a rapper too?
Yeah.
He's really good.
Boy,
My favorite song by him, when you have time to check out, is "Guardian Angel."
Yeah,
That's one of my most popular. Mine's would be "For the Record," and it's because I'm just kind of, I really spaz, just setting the record straight,
Yeah, every time.
Love that.
Just hitting the points on it, like this is who I am, this is what I can do as an artist, because, so yeah, that's probably one.
He actually doesn't write any of his lyrics.
No, I've witnessed it.
You just
Like, he
go in and you
freestyles.
just start freestyling?
Everything.
Damn. Can you pull him up on Spotify?
I don't have Spotify, but I'll type it on your phone.
I'm gonna shoot him a follow on the Spotify.
Yeah, he goes crazy.
And I got
He has two.
accounts.
He has two
They got
accounts.
it split up, but
Oh shit.
One shows
Follow
you on
both.
stage.
This one?
yeah.
Yeah, no, go to the other one.
What's the other
Other
one?
one has
Oh,
monthly.
got it. Yep. I found the other one. Oh yeah, this one. Okay.
But,
Yeah, okay, I like
both
that.
of them me though, so check out both.
Hold these nuts. Latest release. I like that.
Rooch,
I like that.
can you tell us about FAH?
Okay, so FH is something I created growing up as a child. I want to say my freshman year, and it's just like, I don't want to say a brotherhood, but like just a family, all close friends. Like everybody's connected through me, and like we all like, some people don't know each other that a lot, but we all connected. We all grew up together. We all stuck together, played sports together, and all that. And it stands for family and honor. So, just you know, everybody FH, you know, y'all FH. If you got you call each other family, you stand for something, that's honor, you know. So
Hell yeah.
FH.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm in.
I'm gonna have a badass handshake.
Out of nowhere.
It's gonna be like the fusion.
No, that'd be crazy.
Dragon Ball Z.
Ends up with your hair.
Yeah. What do you think would be some like dream collabs that
I'm gonna let you two
that
go
you'd want to
first.
put into fruition here?
That, like, what I want to happen,
Yes.
or that I
Yes.
have. Okay. Man, that is the
Money's not an
hardest
object.
Question. Are they alive or dead?
Let's say alive.
Let's do alive. I
Yeah,
like that.
let's do alive
We're
because
gonna
we
do-
want to make it real.
So I love Daft Punk, but they're no longer a band. But I love Daft Punk.
Interesting. I did not
Yeah.
expect you to say that.
I love Daft Punk more than like, and anybody that knows me can vouch. I love Daft Punk.
That's actually
Like,
crazy.
Crazy. Fucking me and Tony listen to Around the World on repeat for like a whole 2-hour car drive, just around the
That is
world.
wild.
You guys were going around the world.
No, God, we were. So like that, or maybe like Stevie Nicks would also be dope. But if I'm gonna go more into rap,
Damn, that's
I can
wild.
guess. I
Daft
feel like I
Punk
can
and
guess.
Stevie Nicks. I would have never
yeah,
guessed
yeah.
that.
I listen to all types of shit. I actually don't even listen to rap the most. I listen to like 90s R&B a lot.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Some Ja Rule or what? No,
Yeah.
that's 2000s.
Nah, not too much Ja Rule, but
Some 50 Cent.
yeah, 50's the man.
Oh, that's why you don't like Ja Rule. He's your big 50 guy.
No, he does have some good songs though. I mean, yeah, here's a couple bangers.
Not really.
we can keep it real here. On
I'm
Tap
sorry,
with the
sorry,
Boys,
Ja
you
Rule. I know
know.
you're watching this, but
Yeah,
you know,
no,
hey,
you're definitely
listen,
watching.
I'm more of a 50 Cent guy.
For sure.
Same.
100%.
Personally, grew up watching Get Rich or
Yeah,
Die
yeah.
Trying.
I watched that
I had that
religiously.
album framed in my bathroom as a kid.
Dude, that is the
so fucking
top
good.
5 rap album of all time.
I'd have to
Yeah.
agree.
I would agree. You know, it's funny you say Daft Punk, Stevie Nicks. I would have assumed that there was like a Yellow Wolf, Caskey.
That's
type
crazy.
Type of mix,
I love Yellow Wolf. When I growing up, like Yellow Wolf was probably like my top 5.
dude. Same.
Yeah.
Trunk
Right.
music. I grew up listening to trunk music when I was skateboarding.
Music.
And
Yeah.
don't make me go pop the trunk on you.
Yeah.
And now it's
yeah.
really cool to see him getting a lot of traction and like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
really doing
Doing his own
big
thing now.
numbers. Yeah, big numbers. Actually, a good friend of mine who he's a tattoo artist did this tattoo on me.
Fucking dope.
He was I don't know how he was involved with Yellow Wolf and all the Slamerican guys, but he had a TV show for a short period of time. So like on like episode 4, my buddy proposed to his now wife on the
Hey,
TV show.
congrats to them.
So it's in
That's
the show.
badass. That is
yeah,
badass.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
Trent.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trent.
Backwoods
Shout out Trent.
Tattoo, the boy.
That's
Yeah, that's badass. But
Yeah,
Yellow
so
Wolf. I love
Yellow Wolf, I could see you and Yellow Wolf, like your brands, I feel like are
That'd be crazy.
really a good fit.
I
for each
thought
other.
you were gonna say Kanye.
Really?
He is a
Well, I
Kanye
am.
stan.
Kanye's probably like my top 3 favorite like hip hop.
I'm gonna bring up a debate
Damn.
now. Have you ever seen the
Hip-hop.
pictures of Kanye wearing those big ass boots?
Yes.
The Croc boots.
He thinks they're
Balenciaga
so
Crocs.
fire, and
Yes.
I'm just like,
Fire.
all of us are like, no, bro,
Fire.
nobody would ever wear these damn boots.
I'm all about fashion, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie. If money wasn't an issue, I'd be stupid drippy. I would have the craziest fashion, you know. But look what I'm wearing right now. Look, what did
We're
Jordan
about to
say?
suit up for
My
the-
brother said I look like one of them cheerleaders off the longest yard.
Yards.
That's crazy.
The Balenciaga Croc boots?
Oh yeah, those are gas.
Like
They go to
these-
your
these
knees,
big ones?
bro. Yes.
No.
Not
Those
those.
are
No, those are the
mischief.
Balenciaga ones.
No, those are mischief.
These ones.
No, the black ones.
Yeah, the black ones. But he clicked on the yellow
Oh, you
ones.
clicked on the mischief ones. Yeah.
$950.
They go to your
those
knees.
are gas.
Dude.
Like them SpongeBob
Ready to
boots.
go trout
they
fishing.
do look like the SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I'll pop that up on the screen so everyone can see
Hey,
what
bro, I
we're
thought I was
talking
gonna
about.
fold under pressure. Nah, this is gas. Kanye does it. I'm with it. Kanye is top 3.
I think Kanye changed. Without Kanye, music, especially rap, would not be
And
like
fashion.
Yeah?
And fashion.
Fashion,
And
of
fashion?
course. Yes,
Yeah.
fashion, but music first.
You know,
yeah.
what do you think of the recent Kanye, though? The
Love it.
anti-Semitism,
Well, all right.
Jew-hating Kanye.
Spoke too soon. You supposed to wait till the question come out, man. Yes, no.
Love it. Hate him.
No. Sticky. So
Yeah, you gotta tread
basically,
lightly on
everybody,
how you
yeah,
answer this.
I just think,
You're obviously accepting
man.
of everyone.
I'm just like,
I mean,
yeah, man.
just from looking at you, I can tell you don't have
Yeah.
a problem with Jews.
No, of course not. Or anybody. I mean, I just think everybody should just do what they want to do, be who you want to be. I do think media, whoever controls media, can make you look better or worse. I'm not saying that's what happened with him. I'm just saying that is the case with anybody.
Do you think it's Jews controlling media, like he's saying?
Yeah, I mean, from what he's saying. I don't personally know.
He obviously knows a lot more things than we do.
Yeah, I don't personally
There's something weird going on.
Like, I didn't even know about them boots till he came out with them. So, he knows things I don't know. But, I don't know.
He's tapped in.
He's tapped in, yeah.
I mean,
I'll be there soon.
Yes, you will.
You got them. Dude, I can't wait to see you in those boots.
Oh,
They're
it's gonna be
ridiculous,
You know
but
what?
they're almost a statement.
Next time you see me, I'll have the boots on.
Hell,
I got you. I'll come up in
Love
here with
that.
them boots. Yeah.
We'll do the whole episode with just your feet on the table.
Yeah.
We can't even see your face the entire time.
If I'm like big enough by then, I might bring us all a pair of boots. We gotta wear them. We
You
gotta
don't
wear
need to
them
bring
for
me
the
the
sit
boots,
down.
I promise.
We'll keep them right
He's
here in
taller
the
than
set. They'll be
Boots
right
up
here.
here.
No, for real, bro.
Yeah.
That's the
Put it right
backdrop.
there. Yeah. that'd be
Spotlight
fire.
coming down from the top.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
figure it out.
All right,
A little
Rooch.
song coming.
So let's run the question back to you. Your dream collab.
Yeah.
Alive only.
Live only Gates. It's one of my top.
Kevin Gates.
Yeah, Kevin Gates.
People
one of my
used to
top.
tell me you sound like Kevin
They still
Gates.
do. I think it's just the deep voice.
Lil Papa.
Lil Papa's fire.
I don't think I've heard of Lil Papa.
He's cold.
You gotta,
I feel like I've heard a song of his.
and my next one would be
I think his mic went out. Yo. Okay, there we
my
go.
next one would be. I want to say. I'm gonna give a female. Mary J. Blige.
Okay, that's a
Damn.
fire
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Mary J would go crazy.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought
a
you were gonna say
fire
Game
answer.
51 June or something.
I thought you were gonna say that.
D baby. D. No.
That's really what I thought you were gonna say too.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this new like Texas wave of rappers coming up right now?
Killing it.
Yeah, I like it.
Shout
I
out
love
them
this.
boys.
I love this southern sound coming back.
Mexican
It's almost
OT.
like the Mexican
Yeah.
OT, obviously the first one that comes to my mind, but then also like even Paul Wall coming
I'm
back
so
up.
happy you
Wall.
said that. I am so happy.
I grew up listening to Mike Jones, Paul Wall.
Who?
Zero.
Mike Jones.
Yeah.
They're doing a tour this year.
Didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me.
they
Everybody
big in
called that
San
number,
Antonio,
too.
Yeah, bro.
Antonio's
618
big,
something.
Like, on zero,
281-330.
Correct.
8004.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I had that song or that album on CD, American Dream on
Same.
CD, and I used to
Dude.
put it in my dad's like boombox in our garage, and I used to practice ollieing on a skateboard in my garage to that.
Yeah.
To back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm
Back
Ollie,
then.
and they all
Yeah,
on me.
There was the like track 15, like one of the last songs was called Grandma, and it was I don't know if you remember. It was like, oh Grandma,
I feel like I do.
I miss
feel
you.
like I do.
You know I want to kiss you.
Oh.
Anyways,
Suspect
it was like a
box.
tribute to
Drop a
Mike
beat.
Jones' grandma, and I remember I was out skateboarding in the garage, and my grandma and grandpa came over for dinner, and I remember being like, "Grandma, you got to come listen to this song," and she's like,
She was mortified. Huh?
very, very middle class white lady, at
hell
this
is
point
this?
probably didn't even
Yeah.
hadn't heard rap music ever.
Oh,
So she
man.
steps out in the garage, and I'm just like, "What do you think of this?" And I'm hyped as
innocent.
fuck,
Yeah.
and she's just like, "It's good."
Can't wait to go inside.
Yeah, she's like, "What
Dinner's
the hell
ready.
is this?"
Damn grandson.
Dinner's ready.
Yeah, it didn't hit. The crowd wasn't real
Sandwiches
receptive.
for dinner.
Yeah, it didn't hit. Didn't hit.
Yeah.
I'm
that
not
sucks.
I'm not into music, but I would say for me, I shouldn't say I'm not. I'm really into music. I love music. I don't make music, but a dream collab for
Coming
me
soon.
if I I'm not opposed. If I were to make music, dream collab for me, number one, I'm gonna put Kasky.
Fire.
Fucking love
Fire
Kasky.
answer.
Love Kasky. Let me see. Who else? Who else do I bump? I really like Russ, but I feel like he gets a really bad reputation of
Russ
being
is
like
a great
corny.
musician, but that's exactly what it is. He's a great musician, I think, but I don't know. The media maybe just portrayed him
Cringy.
that way.
Nah, he's always. I just don't like.
He's
artists
got
that-
bars if you
Like
really
like
listen to what he
preaching
says.
or
Preaching
what
bars.
makes him cringy?
He just I don't know. It's just one of those kind of artists where like they're always preaching and like do it like me. If you do it any other way, you ain't shit. Or like you
Little
get a
bit
record deal, you
gatekeeping.
ain't shit. Gatekeeping kind of, but he also like will tell you like I did it like this, that, and the third, but he'll miss. Like yeah, you're independent now, bro, but you did have a.
Well, he is signed to Columbia.
That's what I'm saying. But like, it's
So I mean,
just-
he's not that independent, right?
See,
I mean,
don't know.
isn't that
He preaches independent.
Yeah, I was just reading. I literally just read his Spotify bio yesterday, and when I don't know if it was "Do It Myself" or one big song when that came out. That was his first song with Columbia.
Really?
And so I was thinking in my head, I'm like, damn, doesn't seem like very independent.
Damn, he
Doesn't
switched
seem like
up.
Russ.
Damn it,
That's what I'm
Russ.
saying. That's what. Well, Chance the Rapper's another one.
Logic.
He's completely
Logic, too.
independent. Logic.
Young Dolph.
Yeah.
Said he was completely. But he
It's
was
almost
actually
like they're
better.
telling you
Kalani.
do it independently, so it's like less competition. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know. It's
I think
almost
it was really popular to have that perception of like I'm self-made.
yeah.
You know, I don't have any help. When like in reality, you realize that like the way to really get bumping on Spotify and be put on all these charts is to have that record label money that they're putting up. They're just paying
Connections.
Spotify to
Yeah,
be
bro.
put on these playlists.
connections,
Millions
all that.
of dollars.
You know, and I never really thought that was a thing until like seeing these interviews with a lot of these bigger artists on Spotify who actually are independent and have been in a position where they've had that marketing money behind them.
Yeah.
And then they're just straight up saying like, hey, they're just paying to be on these playlists.
Well,
That's what it is.
Is Yellow Wolf independent?
That's a good question. I think he's got his own label. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
That is a good question. I forgot.
Okay, my bad, bro.
But
You're good.
I feel like
Yeah, I
all
think he has his own. Yeah, Slamerican is his record label.
That's it. So
Yeah.
he's nothing else. Yes.
Yeah,
but
so,
he was signed to Eminem before that.
So his music has been released on record labels Interscope, Shady Records, and DGC Records, including independent record label Ghetto Vision and Slamerican, which has released some of his independent material.
Hard.
So he's an American independent record label specializing in hip-hop music. So founded in 2012 by Yellow Wolf. It looks to be that he's under Slamerican.
Yeah. So I mean, he's independent now, but he also doesn't walk around saying, "Fuck a record deal." You know, he's
Right.
Just
Yeah.
like,
Right.
he used what he could to get to where he's at, and now he does his own thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my bad.
but I feel like the artist that is independent, it's really good. Like you could tell, like, cause they ain't like hit that platform yet.
Yeah.
But, like as a big artist, so for instance, Sauce Walker, he's well known by a lot of people, even in other states, but he's still not.
Mainly in the South.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's still not as big as everybody. Like a lot of people say, oh, he's underrated. He's just not, cause he really independent. You know.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
something to be said about being independent too, because like being independent, you don't have that budget for the money, so you don't. Most of the time, they don't have a team about them, you know. So they're not only the musician, but they're their own accountant. They're their own booking agent.
Yep.
They're their own manager. They're their own social media strategist.
Yep.
You know, there's so many different hats that you got to wear, and the hardest part, and this is kind of the same thing as like YouTubers now too. It's like the whole business model is based on one person, and if that one person doesn't produce, or you get a couple of bad months of streams, or the calls just aren't coming in, the rest of the team feels that. And how do you just start laying off like some of your closest friends and family? Because that's typically the people who are in these positions.
Yep.
You know, so it's like it's a weird game, and you got to think how many people were just like destined for stardom and had real raw talent, but couldn't make it to that level because of something like that, where they're like they hired their buddy to be their manager, but their buddy fucked them over, and now they don't ever want to do it, or vice versa. They hired their buddy, and it was just a little bit too early. They tried growing too fast, and then all of a sudden there's no money coming in, and now both of them have to go get a different job.
One's doing too much work, most of the work, while the other one's barely doing anything, but they're splitting it 50-50. That can
And it
also
creates
create
division.
which I'm really big against.
Yeah.
So how do you navigate that? What's your plan as you're rising up?
So everybody kind of has their role, and everybody understands that. As far as like Tony and Rooch, if I'm either gonna do it by myself and neither of them are gonna be involved, or we're gonna figure out a way where they both can be involved. I don't ever want it to be like my decision to say him or him, because that creates a division. Even though they say they don't care or anything like that, you know, it's just best to just, if it's all or nothing type, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the mentality I'll keep.
That's
I
real.
guess.
What's like a piece of advice that you could give someone who is starting out in the industry right now?
Whoa, I would say just probably stay original. Just stay like original, like be true to yourself. Do not listen to anybody's advice unless they're where you want to be in life. Too many people have advice and they fucking hate their own life. But like everybody and their mom will tell you like, do this and that. And then you look at how they're living and you're just like, well, I don't want to be like you. So I'm going to give, I would just say, stay consistent, try to stay original, creative, be coachable. A lot of artists aren't coachable. They think they know it all. They got it all. Especially rappers and hip hop artists, we have the biggest egos.
Yeah.
And but we have the littlest pockets. We want everything on a discount, but we also know what we're talking about. Yeah. I guess that's what I would do. Just stay consistent, stay true to yourself, and be coachable, and just keep going.
Hell yeah. I think that's great advice.
That's fucking fire advice.
I'm going to start rapping tomorrow.
I don't know if I should give you more in depth, but yeah, that's what I would say.
That's real, bro. That's real.
Hell yeah. Well,
Rooch, how about you?
Yeah.
Basically the same thing bro said. I feel like you got to be coachable because it is a lot of cocky people that feel like can't nobody tell them nothing. And every great leader had a teacher. So,
yeah.
Exactly. Be a student.
And just stay originals and you want great people around you to keep the relationship going. You need a relationship in this career. Can't nobody do it all by themselves. You got to have some type of relationship with somebody to keep moving forward.
That's true. Networking's huge.
Yeah.
Network is your net worth. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
That?
It's all about who you know, not what you know, right? That's what they always say. That really is true.
I think another thing too is if you're going to be an artist, for example, rapper, musician of any sort, be able to take constructive criticism.
Exactly.
Like it ties in with ego. A lot of individuals that are musicians, somebody will give them criticism like, hey, I don't think you hit that good enough. Because I was there before when I first started.
Yeah.
I think you can do better, and they'll take it the wrong way, and then out of nowhere, they're like, all right, well, fuck this. Next song.
Now I'm done.
Type.
Yeah,
I
think
you have to be able to take that.
Yeah, people have to realize that music is not all music's made for everybody. There's a lot of music that's not for a lot of people. But then you find your crowd. So like another thing is you got to know your demographic, right? Once certain people start gravitating toward your music, then you kind of know. Like for me, I know like a lot of addicts and people like with trauma and like depression and stuff like that. Those kind of people are the ones that gravitate to my music the most. Just because, and I know that, so I'm going to always push it kind of more towards that direction just because naturally that's what it's going to.
Yeah, and one thing that I heard too was like if you're making something for everyone, you're actually making something for no one.
Yeah.
So like by making it too broad and trying to appeal to too many people, it doesn't appeal to anyone because it's too broad.
Yeah.
Like not getting specific, you don't have that same like resignation like with someone on the material.
Yeah. You got to think too, most of the like big artists, they start off by building that little fan base. It's just some of the strongest fan base, like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar's. Like these are people that feel like they grew with them. So that's like some of the fan base.
MGK is another huge one.
MGK, Young Boy, people like that.
Yellow Wolf. I mean,
R.I.P. But XXX.
Yeah.
100%. A lot of people with these cult followings that, if played right, can really use that as a launching platform. Your best marketing. I mean, obviously, social media is very powerful, and you have the ability to reach a lot of people in a short period of time. But those core 100 fans are going to be the best marketers for the music because you can't tell me that some music that your buddy just showed you when you're just like hanging out one day doesn't just hit a little bit different when it's like a recommendation from them versus a recommendation from an algorithm,
Yeah.
On that too, I give advice to fans. Don't let so when I first started off, your family and friends, they'll be like, oh, they checked out your music but really haven't. Push your music out to people that don't know you. When they don't know you, they gonna look at you more like a superstar if they actually enjoy your music.
Exactly.
Can't let that get you down. Push it out to actually strangers.
They say like you'll be bigger in other places than your hometown. Your hometown's last to come.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what they say.
Because they have a different perspective of you too.
Right. Yeah. But so like for someone like me though, is like I've lived in so many different places growing up that there's no one place that's like home. So like everywhere I go, they're just like treating me as if I am that outsider. Which kind of also works to my advantage,
Yeah.
It's because you're ominous.
And you're ominous. Yeah, I was just going to say that.
It is. You got an ominous aura to you.
Yeah. They know what it is. I'm sitting there.
They get scared.
Heard that.
I'm going to listen to him.
Well, boys, what do you think we wrap this thing up? Rooch, you got anything to say to the people?
Man, check us out on all platforms.
All of them.
All of them.
Hell yeah. Where can they find you? I'll put it in the description of the video here too, but maybe just reaffirm, tell the people.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all that, and it's the same thing. Roots World, RUUCH World, so everywhere.
Yep. And then Ominous the Monster everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Straight up, easy.
Sounds
Easy
great.
to find.
For having us.
Boys,
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to going to the concert tomorrow.
It's gonna be a great night.
I cannot wait. And
It's gonna be dope,
I
bro.
want to say thank you for coming on. I appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having
Thanks
us,
for
for
coming
real.
up from
Yeah,
Texas.
thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
this is dope.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, you guys can find me everywhere at Tony Dent 41. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever the fuck it is nowadays. TikTok, you can find me at Tony Dent MIE. You can find me on Pornhub at Somebody's Baby's Daddy. Yeah, look me up everywhere, baby.